Well, here I am out. It's really cold this morning. There was ice in the horses' buckets. I just finished picking out Scout's feet, and now I'm sitting because I'm pregnant and bending over and picking out his feet. Whew! I got my breath taken away a little bit, so I need to catch my breath before I tack him up and ride. And trying to get back into things. These horses, like little cow horses, I would say. I say that because he looks like a cow. But they've been sitting and doing nothing for the past 2 years, if not longer, because I've been pregnant and having babies. And yep, I'm pregnant again, having another baby. This is number 3. So my horses have been doing nothing. They've been nice little lawn ornaments and been grooming and playing with them. They love the kids. Oh, catch my breath. Ugh. Anyway, hopefully we'll start doing dressage and maybe going to a couple shows this year. Yes, pregnant and with a newborn. You know, I still have goals, and even though I'm probably not going to get there or meet half of them because of my kids, but you know, working on something is not a bad thing. Whether you get there or not, it's a journey. And having a connection with your horse and having some fun, some away time from the kids is good for your mental health. Yeah, not that I don't want to be with my kids. I do. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I mean. I think I caught my breath. So I'm gonna tack up Scout. I was gonna ride all 3 horses today, but dang, all I did was pick out his feet, and I am winded. So I don't know if I'm going to do all 3 horses today, but we'll start with Scout. We'll do Apollo, and then maybe we'll just call it a day with 2 of them. So Apollo is the one that I want to show because he is the safest away and off the property. I honestly have never had him spook over anything before. He is as dead broke as they come. So I think to go off the property and show while I'm pregnant, he would be the best option. He's also had some dressage training before, so he would be the best option there because he has some experience with an instructor. And right now I'm not under instruction and I'm just kind of doing my own thing. And I have a lot of experience in training level under instruction and with a bunch of different horses. So I thought at least all of my horses should be able to come up to training level without any instruction, just because trying to find an instructor out here is so difficult. And then even to find an instructor, most of them want me to haul in, and that is just so difficult with kids. How am I supposed to haul in with kids? I don't know. We could put them in daycare, I guess, for me to haul in for a lesson. I wish I had somebody who could come out here like on the weekends when Dad can watch the kids and Mom can have some playtime, but I guess not. But, you know, we'll see. Today is technically day 2 because last night, yes, in the dark, because Wesley came home late from work, and I was like, I am so determined, I am going to ride today. And I came out and rode, and like I said, Apollo is just an angel, so he was fine in the dark. And I was like, even if I just hop on and walk around for 2 times around the area, I don't really have an arena yet. It's just flat land out there. So just walk around a couple times in the area, say that I rode, you know. I did do a little bit more than just walking, but I got out here, so that was good. So that was technically day 1. Today is day 2 of trying to do something with my horses, and we'll see. I was looking, there's a show in February. That would give us plenty of time, I think, to get ready for that. So we'll see if I could do that. If not, there's nothing near me in March, so then it would be April would be the next show. He totally just untied himself with the pony's help. Okay, so my horse untied himself. I'm gonna go get him. Now that I caught my breath a little bit, I'm gonna tack up and I'll record my ride. All right, bye. All right, so here I'm riding Scout. I did take a video of me riding Scout and Apollo today, and of course the one of Apollo was blurry, and I'm more than just a little bit upset about that because Apollo is the one that I want to show, and I can only get better if I can see myself and evaluate what we need to work on. So I'm upset about that, but here we go. We're riding Scout. Right here, Scout doesn't know a whole lot. He's been a trail horse for a chain trail riding place out in Oklahoma. And then when he came to me, I did give some lessons on him years ago. That was like 3 years ago when I was teaching therapeutic lessons. And I did use him. I did have trouble because he really likes to stretch down. I don't mind that here. You'll see him do it probably later on. Right now, we can't work on inside leg to outside rein until we have inside leg. So right here, I'm just showing him what my inside leg means. So I'm asking him to bend his head, and I'm putting my inside leg on, and I'm asking him to move that inside hind leg across. And so I'm really making it clear to him what what my inside leg means, because he doesn't know anything like that. He's just been walking on trail. So I'm bending him round my leg, using that inside leg, asking him to bring that inside hind across. And he's doing a really good job. He is a lot more stiff to the left, so you'll see me do the left turns a lot more than the right turns, because when I go right and I put my leg on, he just swings on over. I mean, right there, he looks a little bit stiff, but probably because I was there. See how he's stepping? So I was like, okay, that side's good, and I moved back to that left side. I'm going to do this at the beginning here for my warm-up, and I'm also going to do this at the end, and you'll see how much more supple he became after we did some walk and trot work. And you can see him start to stretch that inside hind leg across more and more responsive to my inside leg. So here I had to fix my pants, honestly, because I'm pregnant, and when I was just standing up, I felt like it was pressing up on my belly a little bit too much, and so I like folded it down, and then I was not happy with that riding because it was kind of jabbing into my pelvis. So then there I had to fix it, and I pulled it all the way back up again. And for some reason when I was riding it was comfortable that way, when I was walking around it wasn't, but that was just some technical issues. That's probably way TMI. Anyway, we're trotting now. Right here, I'm not working on anything else other than my steady rhythm. He was super excited and very forward and very rushy. And I will definitely need to pull up my stirrups on him. He's a little bit more narrow than Apollo. So this is my stirrup length on Apollo. Same saddle and everything, but he's a little bit more narrow. And I did struggle to reach for those stirrups a little bit, which I'm sure didn't help his balance and trying to keep a steady rhythm. So the first step in the training scale of dressage is rhythm. You can't do anything without rhythm. So here I'm just trotting around trying to get a rhythm. I always think of a song when I'm thinking about rhythm. And I think today I was thinking of like, we're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Um, I know that that's kind of a fast-paced song, but that's what popped into my head, and so that's what we were going to. And you can slow down the pace of that song in your head anyway. So now I'm starting to circle because I do feel like he's a bit more consistent in his rhythm. So now that he's better in his rhythm, I'm putting on that inside leg and trying to transfer over what we did at the walk into the trot. And I'm going to be doing figure eights here and changing direction so we don't get too stuck into one circle. Um, so, yep, that's what I'm doing there. I'm not asking him to come round because we can't come round without rhythm and without inside leg to outside rein. So until he understands what that inside leg means, I won't be doing anything like that. But I did keep my outside rein really steady and on. But of course, he doesn't know that the inside leg is pushing him out to the outside rein. So he wasn't really coming into my outside rein. And because of that, you can see he's not coming round. That will come in time. Trying to shove your horse's head down is not working the proper muscles. So I am doing a little bit of supplementing on that inside rein, and I have it really low to help him out too in that bend in his neck and his body. That's just helping him out, but I'm not asking him for anything other than I'm putting my inside leg on and I want you to bend around my inside leg. And I'm going to keep my outside rein consistent for you when you're ready to move into it. Which I think by the end, our last few circles, we definitely were better. You can kind of see there, he's kind of coming, he's thinking about coming into the contact a little bit. Look at that. Yeah, those last two circles were really good. And then do as I say, not as I do, because I'm pregnant and I'm really tired. And so when we were trotting around, that was a lot of trot work for me because I'm out of practice. So when I was trotting there, I was so dead. And so when I asked him for a walk, I just threw away my reins and was like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. You should never end your trot work like that. You should always ask for a really nice walk, and then you can relax your reins and relax. So here you can see what I was talking about. He really likes to stretch down, and so I really like that stretch. That's going to make a really good stretchy trot, and it does mean that he was trying to use his back muscles most of the time, unless he's just reaching forward. So I do like that stretch. The problem I have with it is every time he stretches down, he starts going slower. Um, and I didn't like that. So then I decided to do some walk, trot, walk transitions. Now I know usually you do trot, walk, trot transitions, and that's to improve your walk and your trot. I did the opposite. I did walk, trot, walk transitions. I was just trying to improve my walk. Because we were walking, he was stretching down and he was really sucking back when he stretched down. Because of that, I wanted to work on my leg. And in the end of that trot work, I was like really pressing leg and he wasn't listening to my leg. So here I'm just getting him more responsive to my leg. I put my leg on in the walk, asked for him to be marching. And if he wasn't marching, then I would kick for trot. And then we'd trot a little bit and then I'd come back down. Look at this transition. Look at that marching. That's what I want. Good boy. So we're just looking for that marching walk. And I know he has it because I didn't record it, or I did record it, but I deleted it. because my phone fell and I had to go fix it, and so I deleted the first part. But when I first got on him, his marching walk was so crisp, so nice, and so I know he has it in there. Um, this is a good transition. Really forward in that transition. Very good. Not coming round yet, but again, you can't be round without suppleness and rhythm. So I'm not worried about that because we barely have any rhythm, and he is stiff because we're just starting out. What a good boy. He actually did very good. Um, I felt all over the place. So don't judge me. I am in a Western saddle. Uh, I felt like it was right for me to ride in a Western saddle because I have not been riding in like 2 years. I don't even remember the last time I hopped on my horse. So I was just looking for that extra support in keeping my legs steady. Um, and that Western saddle helps with that. In an English saddle, it does take more leg strength to keep your leg in the proper position. So I think while I'm getting back into riding and getting my muscle back, yes, I am very, very sore from riding today. Um, while I'm doing that, I'm going to be wearing a Western saddle. Once I feel like I'm not sore anymore and my muscles are coming back, then I'll go back to my dressage saddle because I do want to show, and I can't show dressage in a Western saddle. So here, now that I'm done working, I'm doing some more of that inside leg, and he's way more responsive to it. He really swings his butt around. Look at that. Good boy. And because he's really responsive, I'm doing more straight walks afterwards. So you can see here I'm walking straight, and then I'm asking. He did pop his head up. He was resisting a little bit, and then he was doing good. He really swung that butt around. He really stepped under with that inside hind leg, and they were just beautiful. You'll see I'll do it to the left a lot more than the right because he was more stiff. I kept doing it until I got the reaction I wanted, and then I would go the opposite direction. Um, I should be more better about doing both sides equally and not just working the side that's rough, because if you overwork the side that's rough, one, it can get sore. Also, two, then your other side will become your rough side because you overdid the side that was a little bit stiffer. So you should always work your horse equally, whether they're stiff to one side or not. I mean, maybe you could do a little bit more on that stiff side, but I definitely overdid it with that left. I think so. Um, but as you can see, if you compare the time I did it just there and the time that I was doing it in the beginning, he was a lot more responsive to my inside leg. And that just comes with working and getting warmed up, and it just becomes more supple. So here in our walk, when I'm done riding and I'm cooling out my horse, I never just go, okay, we're walking around aimlessly around the arena. I always do something in my walk. A lot of the times two movements in dressage, some of those are walk. And so you should always be working on that walk. And everything comes from your walk. If your walk's good, your trot's going to be better. If your walk's good, your canter's going to be better. So you should never just let go of the reins and go, okay, we're walking around and cooling out and I'm just sitting here while my horse walks. Should always be working on something. My trainer would never let me walk without marching. So we weren't allowed to do a lazy walk. We always had to be marching. So that's something that you can do. So here I'm asking him to march. This is a really nice march. I like it. Again, you'll see he'll stretch his neck down and then he'll suck back. There, he did it. I told you he was going to do it. So I put my leg on. I want that marching. I want that marching. Eventually it'll come together. He'll have that stretch with the marching. Right now, I'm thinking he's just not strong enough. See, I asked him to march and he started trotting, and I'm not going to penalize him for that. I did ask him to move forward. He was just unclear about that I wanted marching, not trotting. And there's that stretch, a little suck back there. Come on, march, march, march. That free walk is a ×2 movement. Always be working on your free walk. I would always, when I was showing, I had never anything below a 7 on my free walk. I had 8s. I think one time I even got a 9. If you get and then if you get an 8 on your free walk and it's a ×2 movement, then I always got blue ribbons, but that is a large percentage of your score. So do work on that marching free walk, stretching down. I never penalize my horse for stretching down. Most of the time I just go with it, even in the trot. So here I got off. You can't see me. I thought I was in view, but every time I get off, I stretch my horse's neck left and right, asking for the give. And I did wait there. He did turn his head around, but he didn't really give to the pressure. He was just like, you're pulling my head around. Okay, I'm bending it. But there was no like give to that. So I thought that was interesting. I'll have to troubleshoot what I was doing wrong. I've never had a horse do that where I'm pulling and he's like, okay, I'm turning. He didn't give down and into the pressure. He was just bending his head around, but he did come around both ways. Again, that left side was a little bit more stiff. That's why he backed up. If you see, his butt came into view there, because he backed up on that left side when I pulled it around, because he was more stiff on that side. And then we did the right. And I always do the carrot stretches after my ride. Here I did it in bridle, and then once I take off the saddle and all its gear and brush them down, I always give my horses cookies. They're little cookie monsters, and with their cookies I ask them to bend around left and right, just to supple that. Can never be too supple at bending left and right. And that was my ride. Can't believe I came up with commentary for all that. Thank you for watching.